What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be upgrading brakes on our 2020 Jeep Wrangler JL. Now, for those of you that are looking to upgrade and go with bigger tires, like 35s or bigger, you are going to need bigger brakes. Now, the stock brakes are just not enough, especially if you're looking to add a rooftop tent and pack your Jeep with all the Overland gear and recovery gear. The stock brakes are just not enough on a trail. So today we're going to be upgrading with much larger rotors. As you can see, they are pretty thick in diameter. They're going to be a lot bigger than the stock ones. And the brakes that we are going to be putting on are the Power Stop Extreme Z36 brake pads that go along with the rotors. So let's head over to the Jeep. This is going to be a quick installation. I'm going to show you a step-by-step how to do it. So let's go. So it's brake time. The first thing you want to do is loosen up the lug nuts. We already did that, so you don't have to see that. And also lift up the truck. You might want to jack it up a little bit, just enough so you can get the wheel off the ground. That way you can start removing the wheel. All right, so now that we got the wheel off, you might want to put the wheel under the car just in case. You never know if something moves and the car falls down, it'll just fall down on top of the wheel. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start lubricating this bolt right here. Now, this bolt, if you strip it, you're going to have a problem taking off the rotor. So you got to make sure that this bolt is loose. Spray it with a little bit of WD-40 just to get it in there. Just like that, not much. All right, now let's start taking off the calipers. We're going to want to loosen up this bolt right here and the one on the bottom down here. And that's a 13mm wrench that you can use to take that off. So let's go ahead and take those two bolts out. I already loosened it up. All you got to do is just take them out. And that's one of the bolts. Put it to the side, make sure you don't lose it. And now, the other bolt. Alright, so now that we have those two bolts out, all you have to do to remove the brake caliper is just simply pull it. Just like that. And now the caliper is off. And what you want to do is, you want to use a bungee cord and hang the brake caliper on the bungee cord so it doesn't fall down and damage your brake lines. That should do it. Now that we have the caliper off, the next two bolts you have to remove are those two. One here and one down here. And for that one, you need a 3/16 wrench. I already loosened it up. You just simply take the bolts out. Those are much bigger. They're a little harder to take out. So you want to spray them with WD-40 or some kind of lubricant to take them out. That way it's much easier for you to work with them. There you go. Okay, so that's the bracket. Now you can simply pop the brake pads off. Just like that. And this is the bracket that holds the brake caliper. So let's put it to the side. And as you can see, all brakes still have some life in them. They're actually pretty good. But actually more than halfway, and the car has 60,000 miles on already, so the brakes are actually holding up very well. All right, now that we removed the old brake pads, you can see how much life I have. Again, they're not so bad, about halfway done. Now these are the new ones. I already installed them on the bracket, and as you can see, they have a lot more life and they look much nicer. So let's go ahead and start removing the rotor. All right guys, so I can't stress this enough because this happened to me before. I stripped this bolt here and I wasn't able to take the rotor. So for this one, you're going to want to use a T27 Torx bit. And I already loosened it up before I even show you. But make sure you have the right tools, otherwise you're going to be in a world of hurt if this bolt strips down. That's the bolt. And then I also recommend, get back a little bit, I also recommend you put some anti-seize on this when you're reinstalling it. Alright, now next thing we got to do is take the rotor off. And that's also going to be a little pain in the butt. So we're going to use a rubber mallet. Alright, it's hammer time. There you go. Comes right off. So the rotor came right off. I thought it was actually going to be a lot harder to come off, but it came off fairly easy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the rust on the hub and put the new rotor in. So let's go ahead and do that. So that should do it. We cleaned it up a little bit. Now I'm going to put some grease on. That way, next time we have to remove the rotor for any reason, it's going to be a lot easier to come off. All right, that should do it. All right, so let me give you a little comparison between the old rotor, the stock rotor, and the new rotor. As you can see, the new ones are slightly thicker than the stock ones. They're about the same size, but as you can see, the new ones are drilled and then they have those slots, so they're going to be running cooler and they're going to cool off the brakes much better than the stock brakes, stock rotors I should say. So let's go ahead and put the new rotors on and move on to the brakes, the brake pads. You gotta make sure that one of those little holes will align with the bolt that secures the rotor in. But as you can see, there's other ones, so it doesn't matter which one, they all align. Now let's put the Torx bolt in to secure the rotor. That should do it. And look at that. These rotors just look so much better. They're a lot better than the stock ones. And you also have to make sure that you put the right one on the right side. Like this one is front passenger side, which is what we're working on now. So just make sure you don't mix them up, because all those drilled slots and all those little cutouts, they have a purpose. That's why this one is on the passenger side. All right, let's put the brake bracket back on and the brake pads. All right, so here we go. As you can see, this is pretty easy. And again, if you're running larger tires, it's better if you upgrade your brakes. That way you don't overheat the old ones. And the brakes that we're installing are carbon fiber and they're not supposed to create too much dust. We're going to tighten it up. That should do it. There you go. We're going to move on to the brake caliper. So we're going to take the brake caliper off. And what you want to do is you want to pop the hood and open the brake fluid reservoir, because you're going to have to push these cylinders in. That way you can fit the brake caliper onto the brake pads. For those of you that don't know where the brake fluid is, it's right here in this reservoir. So what you're going to do is you're going to pop the cap off, leave it on top, and you might see some brake fluid spill out once I compress the cylinder, but that's perfectly normal. All right, now what you want to do is you want to take the bolt and you want to secure the bottom part of the caliper or the top, whichever is easier for you, onto the bracket. And now we're simply going to move the top and secure it with the top bolt. All right, now that we got the bolts in, we're going to tighten it up with a 13mm wrench. Oops. Nice and snug. You don't have to over tighten it either because it's all aluminum. You don't want to strip the bolt. All right, so the front rotor and the brake pads are on. Look how nice it looks. It looks completely different from stock. I mean, it's brand new, but still the slotted rotors and all the grooves and ridges in there are going to help distribute the heat so the brakes don't overheat. But this thing is a beauty. So let's put the wheel back on. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the installation. As you can see, it's super easy to install the brakes and the rotors. It's a great upgrade, especially if you have a rooftop tent on top of your truck, or extra weight when you go overlanding or off-roading. Now, I'm not going to show you the other side because it's the same exact thing. And I'm also not going to show you how to do the rear brakes because, again, it's the same thing, so I'm not going to bore you with that. With that said, we are super excited that we just opened up an RD Overland store on our YouTube channel. So if you guys want to check it out, you can head over to our store and check out some RD Overland merch. I guess I'll see you guys out on the trail. Make sure you hype the video. Take care.